said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.
Welcome to Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged with your host, Brain Fitzpatrick. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged is a snapshot of the day-to-day experiences of disabled individuals as they navigate the world around us. We wish to shed light and open your eyes on a new perspective of people with disabilities. And by going unplugged, we can discuss viewpoints we hope will challenge our viewers' points of view. Most of us have disabilities we must live with, but what defines us is the way we deal with them. And now, here's your host, Brain Fitzpatrick.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brain Fitzpatrick bringing you an episode of Wheeling the Pathways of Life. Today is going to be a very interesting show, and in some ways it's going to frustrate you. In other ways, it's going to give you one of the best educations you can have about the healthcare system and what it's all about. Over the past couple weeks and continuing for the next few weeks, I'm going to be dealing with a major, what could be major situation with my mouth. I am about to have, I'm trying to have a tooth pulled. And medically I'm fine to do it, but just finding a dentist that will do it, due to my circumstances. Kelsey, can you pull out for me? As many of you can see, as many of you know, I'm in a chair. For those people that don't know, there it is, I'm in a chair. And most of my day-to-day activities are done in the chair. Okay, Gils, you can go back in. And unfortunately, that includes dental work that needs to be done. It has to be done in the chair. Otherwise, I have to do some fancy negotiating and fancy figuring out what I need to do in order to get it done. And I have a pretty significant gag reflex. So if something's in my mouth for a long period of time besides food, I can pretty much gag on it, possibly get sick. I try not to, but sometimes it happens. So as a result, the tooth that's got to be taken care of can't be taken care of the basic way without transferring me to the dentist chair. And as many of you may be able to see, and that's, or not see, I don't know, but I am sitting on a Hoyer pad right now. A Hoyer lift pad. And what that is it's a lift that is able to lift me in and out of the chair onto the bed or whatever. And the lift can be transported, okay, to other facilities. But if I use it in another facility with my staff, then it could be considered a liability if my staff uses my equipment in their facility. So it's a liability for that. So, there is a dentist in Springfield at Bay State Hospital that I'm looking into doing to get this taken care of. But there is one more opportunity that I have in September to be seen at Pittsfield Dental. Now, in order to accommodate for the gag reflex, if they do it the traditional way with me in the chair and using equipment, it takes average 45 minutes to an hour for me to pull one tooth, for them to pull one tooth, because of the gag reflex. Because every once in a while they gotta pull out and pull out and give me time to breathe. And go back in for a little bit, and, go back in for a little bit, do some more work, and get the equipment out of there. Let me breathe. Give me some suction. Get all the toothpaste out of there. Get all the, stuff out of there. So, an operation or procedure that is normal for some people should be normal for me isn't normal based on a doctor not wanting to take time and deal with a situation that needs to be dealt with. And one of the other options that I'm looking at, and believe me, I would exhaust all other options first before I did this. To transfer me to the dentist chair as I am right now, and for liability reasons, there's a possibility I may need to call the fire department for a list of thefts because of the fact of transferring me from my chair to the dentist chair without the lift. So, all I'm saying is situations that are normal from you are not. what's normal for you is not normal for me. And people may say, whoa, that's too much for me to handle about dealing with negotiations and stuff like that. But this is something I have to do. Okay, this is everyday kind of situations for me. Negotiating with doctors, negotiating with insurances, negotiating with getting services done that I need done, and getting, and getting told by family that it's on me. What I decide to do is kind of disheartening as far as, these are times that I need the support just like anybody else to handle these things, to get these things done, and to be told, do it yourself, and it's on you. Well, I realize it's on me as an adult, but it's more because I need to be supported in what I decide to do, not questioned why I want to do what I want to do, and what I need to, what is the reasoning behind it. I've been through enough in the system to know what works and what doesn't, and I know whether or not I can go to an unorthodox way to get it done. Sometimes that's what you have to do, go to an unorthodox way to get something done. I mean, that is clearly what we're going to have to do at this point, is go to something that's unorthodox. Never, I'm treading down some roads that have never been, treading down some pathways that have never been, pathways that have never been dealt with before. At least that I've never had to deal with, and, the people who are listening to me right now don't even realize what they have to do. Dental care, actual physicals in general, are next to impossible unless you are physically admitted to the hospital. Because you don't have the equipment there to transfer, you don't have the equipment at the doctor's office transfer, plus because they don't deal with transfers every day, they let their staff do it, plus they don't have the equipment, plus they don't want to deal with the liability of everything, because everybody's so happy these days. And quite frankly, insurances just want to save the money, and the state doesn't want to pay for it. So I have to go to somewhere in Springfield to get something done that can be done locally because doctors just don't want to do it. So believe me, I know I'm ranting and raving, but what I'm saying is I'm with you guys as far as I've been dealing with this for 50 years of my life. At least 45 that I remember. But, I mean, I deal with this stuff day in and day out. So many people have asked me, why do you call the fire department so many times? Because when I'm alone and I need something, there's somebody there to do it. So by me having to make the choices to do that, that's an independent choice, and that I need to do for me. It's not something that I like to do, but I have to do what I have to do. So, I just want to tell people with disabilities, I'm with you. And believe me, you're not the only one that goes through tough times. But I can say wholeheartedly, I can say without hesitation, it sucks. Because when people just think the insurance companies just think, okay, what's the cheapest way out? Well, in some cases, money isn't the factor. You're dealing with people's lives. It's not about money, it's not about time. And how many times have I heard this past week that we haven't got time to do this, so go somewhere else? That's ridiculous. All it's gonna take is some time to get the job done. I'm not a baby, but sometimes you gotta take some extra care to avoid circumstances that you don't want to see. So I get frustrated a lot, but you do too. And I'm somebody that's dealt with the system right down to the school system when I was 3 years old, and we were downstairs in the basement of a school building because they didn't have elevators and they didn't have classrooms that were accessible, and they didn't have inclusive classrooms for people in wheelchairs. So I've been through everything. Oh, not to mention I've been through 16 surgeries, including a thyroid removal. So you can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about as far as how to do things, get things done. And yes, it may be looked at as me being a pain in the neck, but it still gets things done and it still does what I need to do. And at the end of the day, I'm here to help other people understand that, you may be looked at as a pain in the butt. You may be looked at as you may not be looked at as an understanding person, but you can understand, but you gotta advocate for what you want and what you need and what you are required to, what you require for services. And these insurances that are on the other end of the state that cover Pittsfield, Massachusetts, which is on Western Mass end of the state, have no business dealing with patients out here, because the providers that they work with are mostly out of the area that I live. So, just for an example, one of the providers that they want me to go do for this is in East Long Meadow, which is an hour to 2 hours away. Many of you may say, that's no big deal. But keep in mind that going down there, having the procedure done, coming back here, without being able to take care of my bathroom needs, without being able to take care of my bathroom needs all day. So easily that can be a 4 or 5 hour day without being able to go to the bathroom the way I usually do, because I have to go to either East Long Meadow, Bay State, or Connecticut to get this done, because somebody doesn't want to take the time and do it. Now, people may say I'm dogging on insurance companies, but I'm not. I'm just stating a reality that you need to work with the patient where they are as far as what they need, and find out what they need, not so much from the staff that work for them. Find out what the client needs from the clients, not what the staff feel they need. And people and doctors in virtual health systems and other health systems need to stop asking the staff what I need for services. Because legally, they can't tell you. what I need for services. They don't know what I need for services. This is supposed to be independent living. However, if I can't communicate with myself or be allowed to advocate for myself, how can I live independently? I'm not saying I don't need help. Believe me, I need help. But as far as independently making a decision that is incredibly rude and insensitive and should be against the law as far as asking other people to speak for me, knowing that I can communicate in understandable ways. It may take me some time to say what I've got to say, but so be it. Quite frankly, the way this world's going, everybody's gonna have a disability at some point in their life. Whether it be a bad hip, or whether it be glasses, or whatever, okay? So you can't tell me that the doctors that are telling me this now are gonna need help in the future. You will not be saying what you're saying or having people allow you to do what I'm doing. You will not allow other people to put you through what you're putting me through just because you don't want to take the time and do it. There is no difference. No difference. You're gonna get the same results by taking your time and doing it right, as opposed to doing it quickly and doing it faster to get it done. Now, yes, it may be tough on your schedules to do it, but I'd much rather have to reschedule a patient than put a patient through hell. What you guys are putting me through as far as medical industry just to get a tooth pulled. It's ridiculous, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Because part of being a doctor and part of being caregivers in general is just that, caring about people. Yes, it's inconvenient, and you gotta triage people to determine whether they can wait an extra day or whatever. But when you got cases like me who need specialized care, if you gotta cancel an appointment for a day because somebody's got, I'm just picking something that's gonna be a little odd, but if somebody's got a hangnail or an ingrown toenail that the doctor's gotta take care of, as opposed to me who needs a tooth pulled from a dentist that has to take a little extra time to do it. I think you want to cancel that other appointment, move things around to get it done. Any doctor that doesn't want to do that is not a doctor that I would want to see me, in my opinion. I just can't see where a little communication, a little compassion over people's situations is not. Doctors can't take the time and deal with that. I know you see a lot of patients day in and day out, but it's quality over quantity sometimes. It's quality over quantity. That's what the healthcare field should be, is quality over quantity. It's not so much how many patients you can jam in a day versus what kind of care the patients that you can see, what kind of care they receive. It shouldn't be that way. And in my book, it shouldn't be that way. I will advocate for any kind of health care modifications we can do. And one more thing before I take a real quick break. And the excuse, oh, you're on public assistance, so we don't have to give you quality care. That's a crock of shit. As far as I'm concerned, that's a crock of real shit. Because just because we're on insurances that are covered by the state doesn't mean we're not human. Doesn't mean we don't deserve good quality care. When we come back, I'll finish what I'm talking about and tell you what's coming up in the next couple weeks.
When all I see is the battle, you see my victory. When all I see is a mountain, you see a mountain move. And as I walk through the shadow, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I lay at your feet, and I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And if you are for me, who can be against me? Yeah. For Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. When all I see are the ashes, you see Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. Almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Oh, nothing can stand against the power of our God. Almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Someday you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but
Oh, sorry about that, folks. We had a little bit of technical difficulties in there. Folks, I just wanted to reiterate to you guys that I just wanted people to realize these are daily concerns, and these are real life situations. I mean, everybody goes through troubles and everybody goes through situations that they have to deal with, but it's how we deal with it and how we come out of it on the other side. Because that's why I named the show the way I did. Wheeling the pathways is just dealing with bumps in the road and the pathways of the pathways the wheelchairs go on. But when you're dealing with life, you gotta deal with other people's pathways and not try to get in the way of the pathways that other people are on, but stay far enough away so you don't hit them, but be a help to people when you can, and be a light of encouragement along other people's pathways, and come alongside of them and understand as much as we can what they're going through. And each of us need to help other people, including dentists, including doctors, because without people becoming doctors and people learning all the techniques and learning all the situations. I wouldn't be where I am today without that. Kelsey, one more time, pull out for me. If people didn't make chairs like this, and situations where I can move around and deal with what I need to deal with, my life would be completely different, and I wouldn't be able to put out a show like this, or come out and put out a good quality show like this, or even 10, 20 years ago. I mean, even 30 or 40 years ago, this show was not even a consideration in my mind. But due to my technology and due to opportunities that the Lord has given me, I'm able to do what I'm doing now. With a great team, and I really appreciate it, Kelsey, coming back in. I do want to tell people, even though I've got all this going on, I'm thinking about other shows and other ways to get the situations that I go through out to people, and so they can understand what I go through. And believe me, I do get feedback and I do get positive reinforcements from the show and some positive ideas, even if it's just a couple people that I see in my house or see out in the community, or, you know, people stopping by when I'm outside on the street asking me if I need help. That's encouraging me to keep going and do what I do. Because if I can help one person, I'm doing what I need to do. And sometimes it's a little unorthodox the way I do it. And agencies may not like the way I do it, but they don't live my life. I do. So whether I decide to go to BMC, Bay State, or Boston to get situations taken care of, that's what I'm gonna do. And whether people like it or not, that's how it's gonna be. And sometimes I don't even tell the agencies what I'm doing until after it's done, because I don't want to hear their opinions of it. You know? Like I told my case manager today, I said, I'm just letting you know where the situation is. I will advise you if I need assistance other than that. Otherwise, I've got it completely under control. I know what's going on. I don't particularly want the help that the typical government agencies are going to tell me. I know they care, but, you know, and I know they've got rules and regulations, but that's not what I need right now. I need people that are gonna help me be the best that I can be. And with the team I have right now, in the control room, and behind my audio board, I am all set. I know there's at least one team behind what I'm trying to do. And I just want you to know, I apologize for taking the last couple weeks off, but I will try to do as many shows as I can when I can. But when it comes to health-wise, I gotta do what I gotta do. And I will keep you advised of when I know when I'm gonna have to take time off to do things. But just know the show will continue for as long as I can keep it going, and as long as Pittsfield Community Television will have me. I put on, I'm working on my 5th page of past shows that I've done. So they are all archived to be watched and be used as resources for information that people may need. And this one will be no exception to that rule. Every show that I do is archived and shown again, and it is on Facebook and YouTube as well. And live, and comments and suggestions are more than welcome on YouTube and Facebook, and even comments to me by way of the studio. If people want to drop me a line and email me at Wheeling the Pathway to Life. Wheeling the Pathway to Life, thank you, Kels. Wheeling the Pathway to Life. Wheeling the Pathway to Life at gmail.com. You can do that as well. Leave me a comment on Facebook, YouTube, or if you stop by the studio and just leave a message, I'm sure one of the people will get it to me during the week, or email me, and I will give you a more direct way to communicate with me during the week if you want. I just feel I can do so much better at coming together and communicating with you outside of this, but you guys need to do. Because I'm gonna take the time to communicate with you, but you guys need to take the time and communicate with me what you need and what you want to talk about and what you like to see on the show. Because I can do shows until I'm blue in the face, spend hours doing the show. But if it's not productive and it's not useful for you, I'm just doing it for me and to make myself happy. But if it's productive for you, I will continue to do it till I'm blue in the face, and I will continue to do it until I can't do it no more. I just feel like the commission, thank you to the commission for people with disabilities in Pittsfield to make this show and honoring one of the biggest supporters of this show. And the reason why I have a show like this is Pittsfield Community Television and the entire team and their support of disabled people in general. And there was never a question of, there's never a question of, and there's never comments like, nor will there ever be comments like this, but I just want people to know. There's never a comment on your physical, your physical problems are too difficult for us to handle. So we're not going to do a show with you. That will never happen. You may have to have somebody on the show with you to talk with you or can tell people how you're communicating with the person. But anybody can do a show if they want to. Anybody can do whatever they want to if they put their mind to it. And Pittsfield Community Television is committed to making any resources available that people need to get the message out. If it's reasonable and it can be done technologically, they will find a way to do it. They have worked with me on other shows for the past 30, 35 years, at least. So, if they can work with me on a show like this, they can work with other challenging situations. You may not be able to do a radio show, or you may not be able to do exactly what you want to do, but they will find a way to get you doing something you're proud of and doing something you will enjoy doing. I just want to say too that I do appreciate all the support from the doctors that I've seen so far as to their willingness to see me last minute and try and figure out a way to get this done. But it's gonna get done sometime. But it's just a matter of how we're gonna do it. So I think that I can say this. If anybody thinks they have it difficult, and I think I have it somewhat difficult, but there's always somebody in more challenging situations than the next person. So if you just remember that, whatever you can do, do it, because there's always something that somebody else can't do that you can do, and we all can come alongside of each other and lift each other up and help them get along in this world, because that's, at the end of the day, that's all we've got. And with that, folks, I will see you next week, and hopefully you learned a lot, and hopefully you had a glimpse into some of the challenges that not only I have, but other people have as well. We will see you all next week. Thank you.